So, good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss about the construction and working of pressure relief valves. So, generally, valves are very important for safety and safe performance of all the circuits. So, different valves are used for different reasons. And coming to this valves, coming to these valves, as the name itself implies, they are used for controlling the pressure of the fluid that is flowing inside the circuit. So therefore, they are called as pressure relief valves, or also they are sometimes they are referred to as pressure control valves. And similarly, in addition to pressure valves, so we have to use direction control valves and also flow control valves for safety and safe performance of the circuit. So direction valves are used for controlling the direction of fluid which is entering and leaving the cylinder, and flow control valves are used for controlling the quantity and speed of the fluid that is flowing inside the circuit. And ultimately, similarly, pressure control valves are very essential for controlling the pressure of the fluid that is present inside the circuit. So, while operating the circuit, the hydraulic pump, in the case of hydraulic circuit, it will be a hydraulic pump, and in the case of pneumatic circuit, it will be a compressor. So these machines continuously, these machines will be raising the pressure energy of fluid, and these machines will be supplying high pressure fluid into the system. So therefore, in due course of time, the pressure of the fluid, increases beyond normal limits. So therefore, we have to make necessary arrangements for removing the excess pressure and excess fluid that is present in the system. So therefore, this pressure relief valves, they are used for receiving the excess fluid that is present in the system, and also they are used for discharging the entire quantity of excess fluid into the oil reservoir. So these are the main. This is the main purpose of using a relief valve. So generally, they are used for controlling the pressure of the fluid. So therefore, they are referred to as pressure relief valves. So friends, here we can see the general arrangement of a pressure relief valve. So this is here in this case, it is arranged in horizontal position. So therefore, it can be referred to as a horizontal pressure relief valve. And secondly, an element is placed inside the body of the valve. So that is referred to as a puppet. So you can see this element that is placed in the left hand side of the valve. So that is called as valve element. And secondly, spring pressure is used for operating the element in reverse direction. So therefore, it is referred to as a spring-loaded element. So friends, one end of the spring is connected to the main element of the valve, and the other end of the spring is attached to a screw that is adjustable in position. So these are the, basic elements of a pressure relief valve. So in this arrangement, a spring-loaded element is placed on the left-hand side, in the left-hand side portion of the valve, and a screw element, it is placed in the right-hand side portion of the valve. And finally, we have the head of the screw. So as already mentioned in this diagram, so the position of this element is adjustable. So if you rotate the, this element in clockwise direction, if you rotate the, head of this element in clockwise direction, so it will be moving inside the valve. And if it is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, then the screwed element will be moving in forward direction. So by rotating the head of this element in clockwise direction, we can move the element in reverse direction. And by rotating this element in anti-clockwise direction, this screwed element can be moved in forward direction. So depending upon the requirements, this element will be kept in a suitable position or a convenient position. So therefore, it is referred to as adjustable element of the pressure valve. So this valve element, it is placed in the left hand side of the valve, and this controlling element, it is placed in the right portion of the valve. So friends, this is about the construction of the pressure relief valve. And here, two ports are essential. Two ports are made inside the body of the valve. So we can see one passage made in this region. So this is called as the inlet port of the pressure valve. Also, it is referred to as a pressure port. And secondly, one more passage is made in this region. That is called as the outlet port of the pressure valve, which is also referred to as a tank port. So, friends, one port is meant for receiving fluid, excess fluid coming from the circuit, and this another port is meant for sending the entire quantity of excess fluid back into the oil reservoir. So two ports are very essential for operating this valve, and this inlet port is connected to the pipeline that is coming from the hydraulic pump. So it is connected to the branch pipeline that is coming from the hydraulic pump. So therefore, this is referred to as a pressure port. And similarly, this outlet port is connected to the return pipeline that is going back into the oil reservoir. So therefore, this is, called as a tank port of the pressure valve. So friends, this is about the construction of this pressure relief valve. And secondly, if the pressure of the fluid is within the normal limits, then the fluid coming out of the hydraulic pump will be entering the circuit, and on the other hand, if the pressure of the fluid exceeds the normal value, then the excess fluid will be entering the branch pipeline, and finally it will be entering the pressure valve through the inlet port of the valve. And secondly, after entering the inlet of the pressure valve, it will be exerting pressure on the element that is placed inside the body of the valve. So therefore, this valve element moves in forward direction, and as a result, the valve will be coming to open position. That means the inlet of the valve will be coming in contact with the outlet of the pressure valve. So therefore, the excess fluid which has entered this valve will be reaching the outlet port, and finally the entire quantity of excess fluid is discharged into the oil reservoir through the return pipeline. Now friends, after a certain period of time, again the pressure of the fluid will be falling back to the normal value. So in that situation, supply of fluid is cut off into this pressure valve. So as a result, by virtue of spring action, so the element moves in reverse direction, this direction, Ultimately, the valve will be automatically coming to closed position. So friends, under normal pressure limits, the pressure valve automatically the pressure valve will remain in closed position, and under abnormal pressure conditions, automatically the pressure valve will be coming to open position, and it will be receiving the excess fluid that is present in the system, and it will be discharging the entire quantity of excess fluid back into the oil reservoir. Now, after doing this activity, again the pressure falls back to the normal value, and therefore automatically this valve will be coming to closed position. So friends, this is a very simple and effective arrangement made for operating the pressure valve. So if the pressure of the fluid is within the given limits, then automatically this valve will be in closed position. And on the other hand, if the pressure of the limit, if the pressure of the fluid is exceeding the normal limits, then automatically this valve will be coming to open position for sending back the excess fluid into the oil reservoir. So friends, this is about the construction and working of a pressure relief valve. So I mean, this diagram is shown, it's a circuit diagram is shown in this region. So this is the oil reservoir, and here we have a hydraulic pump, and this is driven by an electric motor. And here we have the position of this valve. This is the position of pressure relief valve, and this hydraulic pump will be continuously, it will be generating high pressure fluid during the operation of the circuit. So under normal conditions, the fluid coming out of the pump will be, flowing in this direction. That means it will be entering the circuit. And if excess fluid is present in the circuit, so that will be, entering the pressure valve. So automatically it will be coming to open position. The excess fluid will be discharged back into the oil reservoir, and as a result, the pressure will be falling to the normal value. And once the pressure falls to the normal value, automatically this valve will be coming to closed position. So friends, this is the detailed diagram of the pressure relief valve, and this is the circuit which can be used for indicating the flow of fluid under different conditions. That is flow of fluid under normal conditions, and flow of fluid under abnormal conditions. So friends, as a whole, under abnormal conditions only, the pressure valve will be coming to open position automatically, and under normal conditions, the pressure valve automatically, the pressure valve will be coming back to the closed position. So friends, this way, this is used for controlling the pressure of the fluid that is flowing inside the circuit. So if the pressure of the fluid is not controlled, so it will result in major accidents. So therefore, this arrangement of this valve is very, very essential for removing the excess pressure that is developed inside the circuit, and also for removing the excess fluid that is present in the system. So as a whole, it is used for controlling the pressure of the fluid. So therefore, it is referred to as a pressure relief valve. So friends, here we can see the arrangement of two valves. So arrangement of relief valve arranged in vertical position, and also a pilot operated relief valve that is used in special situations. And now friends, as far as this valve is concerned, so you can see the, moving element. This can be either a spherical element, and you can see the screwed, element that is placed on the top of the valve. And here we can see the inlet port of the pressure valve, and that is fitted to the branch pipeline coming from the hydraulic pump. And this outlet of the pressure valve is fitted to the return pipeline that is going back into the reservoir. So friends, there is no much difference between the first valve which we have talked about, and also that arrangement and this arrangement. So in the first arrangement, the valve is placed, arranged in horizontal position, whereas in this case, here the valve is arranged in vertical position. So friends, depending upon the convenience, necessity, and requirements, the valve can be either placed in horizontal position as shown in the previous figure, or it can be placed in vertical position as shown in this particular diagram. So we can see the arrangement of the main element that is placed inside the body of the valve, and this screw is placed at the top of the valve, and you rotate the knob in clockwise direction. So this element will be moving in downward direction, and if you rotate this knob in anti-clockwise direction, then this element will be moving in upward direction. So this is used generally for keeping the valve element in suitable position, and as informed in the first arrangement, under normal conditions, the valve will remain in closed position, and under abnormal conditions, the excess fluid will be entering through the inlet of the pressure valve, and it will be exerting pressure on this element. So therefore, that element will be moving in upward direction, and as a result, the valve will be coming to open position, and therefore the excess fluid will be flowing from inlet to the outlet of the pressure valve, and ultimately it is discharged into the reservoir. And after a certain period of time, the pressure will be falling back to the normal value, and in that situation, the supply of fluid is cut off into the pressure valve. So therefore, by virtue of spring action, this element will be coming back to the initial position, and automatically, therefore, as a result, automatically the valve will be coming to closed position. So friends, under abnormal conditions, automatically the valve will be coming to open position, and under normal conditions, automatically the valve will be coming to closed position. So friends, in the first arrangement, the valve is placed in horizontal position, and in this arrangement, it is placed in vertical position. So that is the only difference so far as arrangements of these valves we are concerned. And coming to the operation, so as far as working of the valves are concerned, so both the valves are one and the same. And under normal condition, these valves will remain automatically in closed position, and up and under abnormal conditions only, these valves will be coming to open position. So friends, this is about the arrangement of the pressure valve. So that is held or arranged in vertical position. And finally, we have one more type of pressure valve. So this is referred to as a pilot operated, pressure relief valve. So friends, here this valve is divided into two portions. The bottom portion is used for accommodating the relief valve, and the top portion is used for accommodating the pilot valve. So friends, here an element is placed inside the relief valve, so which moves in upward and downward directions. And one more element is placed inside the pilot valve, which moves in forward and backward directions. So friends, as usual, the inlet of the relief valve is connected to the pipeline, that is branch pipeline coming from the hydraulic pump. And similarly, the outlet of the relief valve is connected, it is fitted to the return pipeline that is going back into the reservoir. And secondly, friends, one branch pipeline is used for connecting the inlet of the relief valve and the inlet of the pilot valve. And another branch pipeline is used for connecting the outlet of the pilot valve with the outlet of the relief valve. So friends, if the abnormal, under abnormal conditions, the element of the relief wall will move in upward direction, and the wall will be coming to open position, and as a result, excess fluid will be going back into the reservoir, and under very abnormal conditions, that extra fluid will be, entering the pilot wall through the branch pipeline. It will be entering, it will be flowing from the inlet of the relief wall to the inlet of the pilot wall. So it will be entering the pilot wall. So the element moves in forward direction, and the pilot wall comes to open position, and through this branch pipeline, this fluid will be flowing from the outlet of the pilot wall into the outlet of the relief wall, and finally both these fluids are both these fluids finally will be going back into the reservoir. So as usual, if the pressure falls back to the normal value, so initially the first pilot valve will be coming to closed position, and finally the relief valve, the pilot valve will be coming to closed position, and finally the relief valve will be coming to closed position. So friends, as far as opening of these valves are concerned, firstly the relief valve will be coming to open position, and if necessary it's a pilot valve. Secondly, pilot valve will be coming to open position, and as far as the closure of these valves are concerned, firstly, the pilot valve will be coming to closed position, and finally, the relief valve will be coming to closed position. So, friends, an additional arrangement, two valves are arranged in this region. So, used for very abnormal conditions. So under abnormal conditions, first and second valves, first valve we have seen, which we have seen in the first figure, and this valve. So these valves are used for handling abnormal situations. And this combined valve, it is used for handling very abnormal situations. So, this is the difference between the arrangement of these valves. So, they are used for small, operations, small and medium operations for handling abnormal situations. And this combined valve is used, for large and very large, operations for handling very, abnormal situations. So, friends, a very interesting arrangement is made in this pilot valve also. So this relief valve, additionally, it is provided with a pilot valve. So therefore, it is called as a pilot type relief valve or pilot relief valve. And this is not provided, these valves are not provided with this arrangement. So therefore, they are referred to as a direct relief valves. So friends, relief valves are classified into two categories: direct relief valves and pilot relief valves. So direct relief valves are used for small and medium operations, And pilot relief valves, they are very, very essential for performing large and very large operations. And friends, lastly, so in the case of a direct relief valve, sometimes puppets are used as shown in the first figure. Puppets are used for operating the valve. So puppet is a very lighter element, so that can be used for performing light duty, operations. And here a spherical element is placed as a moving element. So this is a heavier element when compared to the puppet. So therefore, these types of valves they are used for performing medium operations. And finally, this combined valves that is pilot relief valves, also called as combined valves. So they are used for performing, large and very large, operations. So friends, this is the basic difference between various relief valves used in different situations. Puppet valves are used for performing small operations, and spherical valves are used for performing medium operations. And finally, pilot valves are used for performing large and very large operations. So friends, we have already talked about the wonderful arrangement of this combined valve. So it's also called as a pilot relief valve. So just like the previous items, here inlet of the valve is fitted to the hydraulic pump and outlet is fitted to the reservoir. In addition to that, one branch pipeline is used for connecting the inlet of the relief valve with the inlet of the pilot valve. And another branch pipeline, as shown in the figure, is used for connecting outlet of the pilot valve with the outlet of the relief valve. So therefore, this type of this valve, this combined valve, is capable for handling excess fluid in large and very large quantities. So therefore, puppet valves are used for small operations, and spherical valves, ball valves, they are used for medium operations. And finally, pilot valves are used for performing large and very large operations. So friends, these are the various types of relief valves available in the market. So depending upon the necessity and requirements, so these valves will be selected as per necessity and requirements. Puppet valves for small operations, spherical valves for medium operations. Ultimately, pilot valves are engaged for performing large and very large operations. So friends, we can see this arrangement of one more valve, that is placed in vertical position, and puppet is used as a moving element, and this adjustable screw, it is placed on the top portion of the valve. So for keeping this valve element in a desired position. And finally, friends, we can see the inlet of the valve connected to the pipeline, branch pipeline coming from the hydraulic pump, and outlet of the valve is connected to the return pipeline that is going back into the reservoir, so also called as an oil tank. So therefore, this is called as a pressure port, and this is referred to as a tank port. And this puppet is controlled by spring action. So a spring element, it is placed in this region, and finally this is controlled by the screwed element. So friends, if excess pressure is present in the system, that will be exerting pressure on the puppet. So therefore the element moves in upward direction, and the spring is subjected to compression. And when the pressure falls back to the normal value, supply of fluid is cut off into the valve. So therefore, by virtue of spring action, this element will be coming back to the initial position, and as a result, the valve will be coming to closed position. So friends, in all these valves, if the pressure of the liquid, if the pressure of the fluid is within the normal limits, all these valves automatically, all these valves will remain in closed position. And if the pressure of the fluid is exceeding the normal limits, so automatically all the valves will be coming to open position. So friends, these are the various types of relief valves. So used very essential for controlling the pressure of the fluid that is flowing inside the circuit. So we have discussed about the varieties of relief valves. So puppet valves for small operations, spherical valves for medium operations. Ultimately, pilot valves they are used for performing, large and very large, operations. So as given in the previous slide, so this pilot valve and relief valves as shown in this particular diagram. So both the valves are made as a single unit, and relief valve is made which is relief valve is similar to the valve used in general situations, and this is placed in the bottom portion, and the pilot valve is placed in the top portion. So both the valves are made as a single unit. And friends, one branch pipeline is used for connecting the inlet of the relief valve and inlet of the pilot valve, and one more branch pipeline that is used for connecting outlet of the pilot valve with the outlet of the relief valve. So friends, this is about the construction and working of pressure relief valves. So different valves are available for performing simple operations, medium operations, large operations, and also finally very large operations. So friends, the information is given in various slides. So with this, we are coming to the end of the session. So thank you very much, friends, for joining the session.